what to do if somebody doesn't follow what's in a divorce agreement after the divorce is something called a contempt action. You can file a contempt of court if somebody's not following the court orders, and it's something where you have to explain how the person violated those court orders, and you file it with the court and ask for a court hearing. The other side would have to get notified. However, if you can prove that they're in contempt of court, they can be ordered to pay attorney's fees and other remedies, which can include, in extreme circumstances, as far as a jail time or getting held, depending on what the circumstances are. That's a more extreme example, but filing a contempt of court is not something that you would do lightly, but if somebody's just ignoring the court orders, it's something that you might want to consider. Another area of divorce is after divorce is a modification. That's if there's a change in circumstances, a material change in circumstances, where you can file, where you can say your child's older and you want to have the custody be changed or the visitation be either expanded or lessened depending on the circumstance. You can say why child support should go up or down based on the circumstances. Depending if alimony is modifiable or changeable in the underlying divorce action, that's something that can get looked at as well. In addition, you can look at health insurance or dependency exemptions, things of that nature, to get addressed. And a modification is where you say what the court order is, what's changed, and why in what you're asking for to occur. Again, you'd have a court hearing for that. There also are times that if both parties agree, that some judges and courts will allow you to file a joint modification with a stipulation of saying what you want to have occur, and instead of necessarily having to go in front of a judge, you can have that administratively done. A question that a lot of people have in a divorce case is about retirement accounts. It can be one of the larger assets that people have, and people go, how can it get divided? There's something called a quadro, or qualified domestic relation order, that takes place, and that's one of the few areas where there can be a transfer of a portion of a 401k or pension or other type of retirement account to the ex-spouse. It's a fairly technical requirement that there has to be things that are met, and it will be done during the divorce. And the idea would be is that you have this quadro prepared, which one of the spouses would be considered the alternate payee, and either a percentage of that retirement account or a dollar figure, usually as of the date of the divorce, will be divided, and it's almost like being put into a separate account. It has to meet the requirements for the quadro for the particular plan administrator that you have. Also has to meet the court's requirements and follow what's in the separation agreement or the divorce agreement, and then would have to get submitted to the judge and have the judge sign it and then sent back to your plan administrator. That's something that can occur at the time that you get the divorce agreement, or even after, so long as it's put in the divorce agreement. And that's one that, instead of getting the penalties and interest, it just becomes another retirement account for the ex-spouse as part of the divorce. And it's something that most judges and lawyers that handle domestic relations are well aware of and can be explained in more detail.